VFW is a film that I saw at its world premiere at Fantastic Fest, and I feel like this is going to be one of those movies that I'm going to be gleefully recommending to people for a very long time. The central plot line involves a girl stealing the drug supply from a gang of drugged out mutants. She runs and tries to escape, and she takes refuge in a bar of military veterans who have to try and defend her from this freaking out gang of mutants. And all of it is told in a way that it's explicitly tried to play homage to John Carpenter's films as well as 80s B-movies in general. It's ultra-violent, it's weird, and it is awesome. Now, if you heard that description, you thought, I don't think I would like that. You absolutely won't like it. If you heard that description, you went, John Carpenter, drugged out mutants, you're gonna love this film. Just so you know, I saw about 20 movies in the last week at Fantastic Fest. I'm not able to review all of them, but I'm gonna try and talk about as many of them as I can on my channel, and some of these are gonna be kind of quicker reviews, like this one right here. So, going into the good on this one, what I loved about it is that it is a tried and true, legitimate 80s John Carpenter style action movie. I mean, it's shot on film, it was projected on film, it is gritty, it is nasty, and it is strictly to the point. Right out of the gate, there's ultra violence, gory violence, and it just kind of keeps on going from beginning to end. Even the score for it sounds very much like a John Carpenter synth score from the time period. The fonts used at the beginning when they kind of give you the background from the world that you're in, very John Carpenter-esque. Like, I mean, it's like straight out of the beginning of Escape from New York. So it's one of those movies that just, the way that Stranger Things reminds you of all of those Amblin 80s films, this is that for John Carpenter films, except with more gore and violence. The second thing you got to know about this film is the cast here is just absolutely fantastic. Stephen Lang is kind of the lead guy at the bar. He's the bartender. And then you've got Martin Kove, the evil sensei from the Karate Kid and Cobra Kai. You have William Sadler. You have Fred Williamson. This kind of great set of older guys playing these veterans at this veterans bar. And it's a cast that I never would have picked on my own, but as soon as I saw the movie, I was like, this is just absolutely perfect for what you're going for. Especially someone like William Sadler, I wouldn't naturally think for this type of film, but he fit perfectly into the mix. And it was just great, especially to kind of get to see like Martin Kove get a bunch of time in the spotlight, not playing the villain, but being one of the heroes inside of our tale that we're telling. And then of course, Stephen Lang is just great in these kind of gruff, tough guy, old man roles. And man, if you loved him in Don't Breathe, this is just like cranked up testosterone of what they're trying to do inside of this film. Speaking of cranked up testosterone, man, this movie just kind of goes for it with fun violence as they have a few weapons inside of it, but mostly they're trying to have to form weapons to battle off all of these people as they're just trying to break into the bar. I mean, there's explosions, there's limbs cut off, there's faces blown in, there's parts where they get mad and so they're just pounding faces in and all of that fun stuff. So all of the stuff you want, you definitely get it here. And then the other big important thing here is that it very much explores kind of this brother in arms concept. These veterans, the family that they have is one another. The people that they met at this bar that shared a similar past, whether it was the Korea, Vietnam, or just now getting back from war, these former soldiers find brotherhood at this bar, and being on this adventure kind of brings them back to life. And there's some really neat stuff that it's not a big profound film or anything like that, but it has characters you resonate with and gives them arcs throughout the film. From there, let's move on to the negative. And I don't have really any big negatives with this film. It's just a film that's inherent nature has limitations. This film is very much Assault on Precinct 13, Rio Bravo. It's a bunch of people are stuck in a building that's being swarmed by a much larger group of people and they have to try to survive. I mean, We've all seen that movie before. Likewise, it's very much so much in the vein of John Carpenter films that it's, kind of like a cover of a John Carpenter film is what it kind of feels like as you're watching the film, because it's so much an homage to those past films, except done heavy metal style. And it's not going to be a movie for everyone. This is a loud and proud B movie. It knows what it is. It knows what its target audience wants, and it absolutely delivers that for the audience. And I, being the target audience, absolutely loved what they had to deliver. Chris Stuckman, who I happened to see the movie with, said it best. VFW from Jeff Begos is assault on Precinct 13 and escape from New York, crushed up into powder and snorted through the nose of a mutant. Once again, if that sounds amazing to you, you're gonna love this movie. This is a total B movie, so I gotta give this one a B+. It's an 8.5 out of 10, and if you're a John Carpenter fan, this is a must-watch movie, or really if you like kind of weird, freaky action movies, this one plays kind of like a zombie movie, except they're freaked out mutants. If that sounds awesome to you, absolutely go check out this movie whenever it's released, which I don't even know when that's gonna happen. Thank you so much for watching, and keep talking movies too much.